police. Western Massachusetts man accused of impersonating cop killed by Oklahoma police.
An apartment complex near Yukon turned crime scene Wednesday after troopers say a suspect, David Allen Rawson, was trying to pull people over in his car, acting like an officer.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm happy that this happened, because that wouldn't be true at all. But this is what you get. I knew this was coming when they busted that Salvation Army security guard, Mezzi Scaletta, that things were hitting a boiling point and eventually somebody was going to lose their life behind this. Who wants to be a police officer anyway? They don't pay anything. It's a thankless job. Oh, I want to help the people. Screw the people. Oh, I want to protect people. That's what Batman and the Second Amendment is for. The only time anyone is happy to see a person in a police uniform is when that person is a stripper. After attempted means you failed, to impersonate a police officer and drawing his weapon when real police confronted him, what did he think was going to happen? A former Western Massachusetts man was shot and killed in Oklahoma earlier this month. On October 1st, Oklahoma Highway Patrol responded to a report that a man was impersonating a police officer. Nobody wants to impersonate Elvis or Michael Jackson anymore. Something safe. They want to impersonate police officers. That's the trend. They found David Allen Rawson, 62, at the White Horse Apartments in Yukon, Oklahoma, and attempted to take him into custody. Attempted means he failed. According to Sarah Stewart, public information officer for the state police in the Sooner State.
That's when reports say Rawson said he was in an undercover car and was an off-duty federal agent. Reports show Rawson said he'd be issuing citations to her for her driving. Now, more than 2 months later, an off-duty officer was following the car Rawson was in, and law enforcement stopped him to question him. Officials say Rawson pulled a gun in the direction of an Oklahoma City police officer. That's when shots were fired from other agencies, killing him.
So he lied to the lady and told her that he was a federal agent, and federal agents can pull people over. They're well within their rights to do so. But will they? If you're a federal agent, you're on your way to escort a prisoner. You're on your way to assist in the search for a kidnapped child. More than 9 times out of 10, that is not at the top of your list of priorities to chase someone down and play traffic cop. At the very, very most, they might take your license plate and report you to local authorities. Maybe. During a scuffle, what was he telling them? Same side, man, same team. The suspect drew a weapon in the direction of an Oklahoma City police officer. The trooper and a Yukon police officer discharged their firearms, killing the suspect, Stewart said, and that's that. Home in time for dinner. In July, Oklahoma court records show Rawson was charged with a criminal misdemeanor in July for identity theft. The Massachusetts court docket showed that Rawson had previously impersonated a police officer in Chicopee in 2005. Why do you keep doing this? Neither the court nor the Chicopee Police Department could provide a police report.
Oklahoma court records show there was a warrant out for this man's arrest for a report from July where Rawson allegedly acted like an officer after a traffic dispute. The report says a woman honked at Rawson after he was in her blind spot and cut her off. But when she stopped at a red light after honking, she says he got out of the car and beat on her window. The report says the woman drove away out of fear, but she claims he followed her more than 4 miles home.
This story just validates my theory that these people are just a bunch of bullies who impersonate police officers in order to chase people down and intimidate them. They get off on it. Isn't 62 a little ripe to still be playing cops and robbers? Is that how you really want to run out the last minutes of the clock? What, the kids left the nest? Now you can finally pursue your dream of being in law enforcement? Too bad, hips, loose bowels, and glaucoma. Evil beware. In Oklahoma, the punishment is $100 or imprisonment. So basically for $100, you can fake being a police officer. That's the problem now. The penalties nationwide just aren't strict enough. Nobody takes them serious, not even the people that's pulling legislation for this type of stuff. Using one's vehicle, claiming it is a police vehicle, bears a $1,000 fine or imprisonment for a year. Nothing. According to the state statutes, the penalty in the Bay State is Massachusetts, for impersonating a justice of the peace or other peace officers is not more than $400 or imprisonment for a year. That's why the cops in Minnesota, the law enforcement in Minnesota, are shaken up about this, because because not too long ago, someone impersonated a police officer and killed some politicians behind this. Rawson's July misdemeanor in Oklahoma was dismissed Tuesday because of his death. Isn't that considerate? Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. Do you think the penalties should be much harsher for people who impersonate police officers?